So an interesting day today in the Rouse Avenue court where the MJ Akbar case against Priya Ramani, his criminal defamation case against Priya Ramani, was being heard again. Now, as we all know, Priya Ramani wrote an article in Vogue in 2017 where she talked about sexual harassment at the workplace, and she told what seemed to be a personal story at the start without naming the alleged harasser, and then moved on to sort of talking about what's happened to her colleagues and sort of to people and to women in general at the workplace when faced with bosses who sexually harass them. Now she then this happened at the time when the Me Too movement started in the US. In October 2018, she put out a tweet in which she clarified that the beginning of her story was in fact about MJ Akbar, former editor of the Asian Age, and at the time when she put out the tweet, a minister of state in the BJP government at the center. Now, today in court, we began with her continuing her statement, which is known as her examination in chief, where she's putting out, okay, this is what happened, this is the truth of the matter, this is what I wrote, this is what I was saying. So putting out her version of events to counter what MJ Akbar has said. So it started with that. She concluded, she said, she had a powerful statement talking about the cost it's had for her, and that there was a reason behind she wrote this article was to sort of stop the silence and bring out issues of sexual harassment in the workplace in India. So that's where she ended. Then MJ Akbar's lawyers, led by senior advocate Geeta Luthra, began their cross-examination. Now, the cross-examination is obviously the exciting part in the courtrooms, in courtroom dramas, where they try and say, oh look, this is what you said in your statement, but this is the actual truth, and they try to contradict you and say all these kind of things. So that's what was then happening in court. And a lot of the questioning didn't seem to really make a lot of sense. There was a lot of questions asked about, her career, including when she, what articles she wrote, how long she was at different workplaces, without going into anything which is specifically dealing with the case at hand. Eventually, however, then Geeta Luthra did get to ask a question where she was like, look, you've written articles about sexual harassment before, about sexual harassment in India. Why did you never mention anything about MJ Akbar? And she pointed to an article written in 2013 by Priya Ramani. Now, her view is that, look, if you had the opportunity to write it earlier, you didn't. It's only after MJ Akbar, in 2014 joins the BJP, becomes a minister, it's only then that you decide, now I'm going to write something and name him. The other key tack which she tried to take today was trying to say, look, your whole article actually was meant to be an article about MJ Akbar and is defamatory of him, because, as I said, there were other allegations talked about in that article, which, again, remember, Priya Ramani doesn't name anyone, but she talks about a lot of other things based on what other women have gone through at the workplace. And Ramani's tweet says that, look, the beginning of the article is about him, but what was argued by Geeta Luthra is that the whole article reads as though it's about MJ Akbar. And so as a result, it's a defamation thing, because there were things which even Priya Ramani is not alleging were done by Akbar to her. So now that's obviously a pretty simple argument, you imagine, in terms of English, and that's something that's going to come down to the final argument. So we'll be waiting to see what happens when that takes place. Obviously, before that, first we've got to have the cross-examination conclude. So that's going to happen on October 24th. October 24th and 25th are the next dates for the hearing. We'll also be seeing some of the other defense witnesses brought by Priya Ramani to support her case, which we're hearing may include some of the other women who've accused MJ Akbar of sexual harassment. So keep following the Quint for further details, and we will keep you updated on what happens in this case.